Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of Ghost Encounters of the Third Cast podcast show. And we have everybody here tonight. Me, Nick, Nixie, Marie and Faye.
Hi.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Can you hear
I can't
Nick?
hear myself.
Oh,
Do you need
right.
turning up a bit?
That's it, that's better.
I'm very
Have you
close.
touched anything?
Oh, sorry. No, it was Marie I was listening to.
Right.
I can't hear myself. Can you hear me then?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all right.
Yeah.
How have you all been anyway? All good or
Yeah,
Oh,
average.
thank you.
average? Yeah. Right. Following on from last week's bit of conversation that we had, which Faye brought up about the...
I wasn't here, was I, last week?
Yeah, she was. The last week. Well, that last night it was released. Yeah, it was last
Yeah,
night.
because we don't
Last
always
time you were
release
here.
it. The last
Last time I
time
was
you were
here.
here.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say because somebody said I missed you on the last podcast. That's all. That's what's confused me.
Yeah.
They said sorry we didn't hear you on the last podcast.
We're a week behind, aren't we? That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. That's what's
Oh,
confused
okay.
me.
So-
Sorry.
The woman that went freaked out on the aeroplane.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the latest ones?
No,
The Chinese
I've not.
ones.
No.
Chinese.
They've actually caught people or AI waitresses being plugged in, charged up. They've got-
No way.
Yeah, they have.
That's easy. Honestly.
Yeah, there's videos on there.
So
You're going
that's
mad.
the
What?
Because they've gone to the front and the air hostess, they plugged in, charging her up.
You must send me these links.
Oh, that was going.
Is
off.
that really, really true, Nick, though? Or is it
Well,
somebody taking the wet?
No, it was as true as the video that we
Because
saw.
we just can't tell these days, can you? Let's be honest.
No. But
They are tending to throw things in our faces at the minute, aren't they? So it could well be
it
true.
was very similar to that clip, and they were saying that they caught her being charged up
When was this? When did this actually happen?
in the last few weeks. That's when I've seen it. You don't know when it
Oh, right,
happened,
don't know
but
when
it would be quite recent. So yeah, it's pretty scary, isn't it?
Oh.
Imagine that.
My husband was watching a documentary on AI and things. I don't know if it was on Netflix the other day, and I wasn't really paying attention, but he was saying some of the stuff that they're doing now is wild. You know, and it's quite scary. Some of the stuff that the technology that they can.
But one of the things that goes back to the clip that Faye was talking about last week, the actual when that aeroplane took off, they had new air hostesses.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
they did
the
say
second
that they put a
time.
whole
Yeah.
new crew on. Yeah.
So
Strange
maybe,
in itself, that is.
Maybe she was freaking out about the air hostesses rather than the bloke in the
Whoever it was.
in that seat. So you never
And they've
know.
still never named her.
No, but
Her
she-
name's never come
But
out.
apparently she did try and get back on that flight after she'd caused all that trouble, but they didn't let her on.
I thought they arrested her.
No, well, the things I've seen, it said that she did try to get back on, and that's what
I
made
found
me
that
think.
strange. Why would she want to try and get back on?
Well,
If she wanted to
She
get
couldn't.
off.
She couldn't get off
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
enough,
No,
let
no,
alone
no.
get back on.
yeah, but if they changed the air hostesses, then maybe that
The
was,
bit
still wouldn't have got on it.
bit that I read suggested that she'd been
You
like
would-
carted off somewhere.
think
that
so.
yeah.
because you wouldn't be allowed to just let
And
you know,
they were sweeping the plane in case there was anything on there that shouldn't be,
yeah.
because they took everybody off, didn't they? Everybody had to
But even that,
disembark.
do we
and-
know? We don't know what the truth is of that, do we?
Yeah,
don't know
and
whether
again,
she
that's
got-
strange in itself because nobody else has come
No.
forward. No one that was on the flight. We haven't seen any more.
There's a video. Apparently, there was a comedian on the same flight who's quite well known in America. I think they call him Carrot Top or something like that. I've never
seen
heard
that
of
one,
him.
Yeah.
And he did a bit of a video from inside the airport saying everybody's been disembarked and we're all sitting here now and we're all going to be late to get into the places that we want to be due to the Nook case that's caused all this issue. And so I know, you know, it looks like everybody was taken off. And he said, and he did say there was a crew gone on to sort of, you know, sweep through the plane and check that there's been nothing there that shouldn't be, kind of thing. So
Fancy calling her a nutcase? Not very good, is it? Maybe eating his words, probably.
No, I don't know.
When he's on the next flight.
But maybe they just took the flight attendants off because the time time-wise. I don't know whether that, but
No, let's go with robots.
yeah, I think it might be
AI.
robots.
Yeah.
Killer robots. Yeah,
Shapeshifters. That's what they were trying to say. He was.
Yeah.
She was. He was. A shapeshifter, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they're about putting AI in computer games now, like not AI, consciousness. I saw it today, like The Sims. They're going to make The Sims conscious. I don't know if they're going to do that, but
What do you mean?
like The Sims,
Yeah.
where you build that family and you've got people and stuff. They reckon they're going to make the avatars conscious of them being like we are, I suppose, like we're alive.
I'm sorry.
I thought that was the only one thing that separated us from them was the fact that we're conscious and we've got feelings and we
they do
can
that?
think for ourselves and
Not got a clue. I just saw it today, back end before I come out. I thought, flicking through.
So they mean, really, they can already do that. They're just going to introduce
what
it slowly.
What they were inferring is that's what we are, living in a simulation. That's what we are. We're simulated, and don't know.
You mean Matrixy type thing?
Like we're like a part of a computer simulation.
No wonder I'm always confused. I've seen the
Yeah,
Matrix
I mean-
about 7 times. I still don't
I
understand it.
I don't get it neither.
The first one was good. All the others were
No,
pretty terrible.
don't understand it.
I only watch it for Keanu.
Oh,
Do you?
Keanu.
I don't.
Keanu.
I don't understand the film. I just watch it for Keanu. And his black,
Love a bit of
his black
Keanu.
leather get up.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway.
I think there's a new programme about skinwalkers. There's a guy, again, I don't know an awful lot about it, but apparently there's a guy somewhere who claims to have been interacting with aliens and shapeshifters and things for quite a few years now, somewhere in America, to the point where I don't know if it's NASA or somebody from the military have started to interview him and take statements off him and things.
And then
I
they're going
think
to kill
there's,
him.
then he'll go missing.
Then he'll go missing, yeah.
But I think there's a documentary about the guy coming out on the History Channel, I think it is, on the 1st of August. And I think it's called Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. I think that's what it's called. So that's another one to look out for.
I watched some on. A lot of these ghost hunting programs on YouTube and that, and most of them are just people walking around old houses, aren't they? You don't ever see any investigation. Anyway, so I'm very reluctant to watch anything like that. But I come across one, again, I don't know who it was, but I can find that information. But he met up with people that spend most of the time around Rendell, is it, what's it called? Rendlesham Forest.
Yeah.
It's in Surrey.
Yeah.
I think it's in Surrey, and it's Rendlesham Forest, where the UFO sighting was.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that Jim Peniston one?
And it was very good, mate. Honestly, it was very, very good. But he said, even now, we get people that just camp out in there now and see everything. I think it's a bit like Cannock. It's a hot spot for everything. There's been Slenderman seen, there's been werewolves reported. Very regular, these lights in the sky they can't explain.
Why did these people camp out though, and then they'd never got no footage of things? Why, if you're going to camp out to look for things, why are you not taking a good
I don't know.
set of
I don't
equipment
know.
and getting some footage of everything?
The lad who was doing this thing, it's his channel now, and he looks pretty good. I shall watch his channel. He goes around. I don't even think he's from England. I'm not sure whether he's either Australian or American, but he goes everywhere to all the main hotspots and interviews people who know stuff. And do you know what I mean? So he's pretty good.
It's not Paul St. Clair, is it?
I don't know. It will be on my watch list because I've saved it for watch later because I need to obviously get the link again and everything. But it was really interesting. It was like an hour and a half long. This documentary all about not necessarily the base and what went on there, because you know the stories about that, don't you? About how they try cover it up, all the UFO sightings and whatnot. But it's like the surrounding wooded area where there's loads of stuff, shapeshifters, ghosts, everything been seen. So it's like, I think it's like a bit of a mini kind of chase, really. You know what I mean?
I was listening to a podcast the other day with Dave Schrader. Yeah. And he's got some. I quite like that guy, actually. Some of his beliefs and things. You know, I agree with quite a lot of what he says. But
the haunted object bloke.
No.
His name.
No. Dave Schrader. He does the Holster Files on the TV.
Oh, dark-haired bloke.
No, bald.
All right.
Yeah,
Bald glasses.
He's on
Big guy.
He's on Coast to Coast quite a lot as well. He's one of the hosts on there.
And he talks about, you know, shadow people and Slender Man and things like that. And he's got a different view of them. He's saying, you know, most people just automatically think that they're bad, or, you know, and he talks about demons and how he thinks it's nonsense about this knocking 3 times as, you know, or being scratched 3 times and mocking of the Trinity and all of that, you know. And he said if anybody scratches themselves, you can do that. You've probably only got 3 scratch marks because your thumb doesn't really catch you, your pinky doesn't really, you know. And he said, and how do most people knock? You know, ask anybody knock on a door, and it's most people, you know, do that 3 knocking, and you know. And he was and shadow people. I think he said his thing about that was he thought it could be. Sort of a spirit or a ghost, whatever your terminology you want to call them, that sort of their energy is on its way out, so it can only manifest into a silhouette rather than features and you know what I mean, that kind of thing. It was really interesting. I quite like his way of thinking. So yeah.
I know
So
what you mean.
do you have you
I
got
definitely
it now?
know what you mean.
Yeah.
What's his name? Was Dave there as well?
It was, yeah, the haunted.
Objects.
Yeah, it was Dave. Yeah.
He's he's the nephew of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Not the son-in-law, the nephew. He does like the investigations, and everywhere he goes, he takes an object, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does investigations, and they normally find something in a wall or the floor, and he takes it. Haunted Collector. He was called, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Just trying to. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't Dave. It was John Zaffis.
Okay.
His name was.
Nowhere near, was it?
No, we weren't.
Nowhere near.
John Zaffis, yeah. So, interesting.
What have you
Awkward
watched,
silence.
Faye?
Nothing to do with ghosts,
Have you
I'm
not?
afraid. No, not this week. I'm
Any
afraid.
conspiracy stuff? Faye?
Oh, lots of that, yeah. But,
Have you?
but yeah, I'm not.
Oh, you're getting a sweetheart, love.
I'm having a bonbon. I'm having a bonbon while I'm listening to you three.
Yes. So,
No.
I'm having a guitar Friday.
Oh, are you?
I'm going to learn the guitar.
That'll be good.
Is that anything
Will
to
you be
do?
able to get your fingers around
Is
it?
that for ghost hunting or?
Nothing to do with ghosts. I just thought I'd tell you the news. that I'm
For,
learning guitar
Is
Friday.
that going to be for your next Janu offering?
Oh yeah, you're going to play the guitar for the. How'd you say it, Faye?
The Janu.
Janu.
Acoustical or electrical?
Acoustic, yeah, acoustic, mate, yeah.
Good.
Don't forget your fruit.
You come
Have you
by
got
on-
time laying the guitar, Nick?
Yes. You have to make time, don't you?
Yeah. We'll be. I'm sure we'll be out doing some more investigating soon. Anyway, we haven't done any for a while. I get withdrawal. I do from it.
Absolute crap.
No, I think the where we need to go next, I think. Below, because you've not been there, have you?
No,
Yeah, you like it there.
no, not been there. And is that very far away? Is it?
No,
Ashbourne.
not
Way.
far.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not far.
It's not far from you guys. Is it? Well,
I bet somebody else will beat you to it.
what?
Now you've
maybe
mentioned
so.
it.
I'm sure there's lots of people go there already
Yeah,
if it's a
loads,
well-known
Spurs.
place.
Yeah. I saw it posted today on. I can't remember the guy who did the Biddulph Grange. What was his name?
Go on,
I
stick
want
your
to
finger
go.
in, Marie.
See, what's his name?
Oh, I know. Did you not go?
No, he's done a post. He's been up there, and I thought, yeah, we need to.
When was
up
he at
there.
Biddulph Grange? When was he? It was only a couple of weeks
Yeah,
ago,
a couple
wasn't
of weeks
it?
ago, yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm shocking. I'm hard brain.
We did talk about it. We had a
we
little
went
bit
and
of
saw
a...
him at the Magenta Circle.
David Dickinson.
Off the real deal, no.
He's orange, isn't he?
No, it wasn't David Dickinson. He's that's who we need. I'd love to go see him again, but he's
No, this bloke was called David Dickinson.
No.
He was.
yeah.
Talks about
good.
ley lines and
Yeah,
stuff.
brilliant it was. Was it Andrew Collins? maybe?
Andrew Collins. Cockney. He was at Biddulph Grange. Was he?
Yeah.
Have I missed that then?
Some weird
Was he
stuff
given a
going on.
tour?
There's some weird stuff
Or
going
was he
on at
just
Biddulph Grange, isn't there?
moseying, like?
Is there?
I once caught a one-eyed carp at Biddulph Grange.
One-eyed what?
You're
Carp.
so random.
Common carp, one eye. I caught it, then 3 days later my mate caught it.
It wasn't
same
very
fish.
common then, was it? Only got one eye.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Ooh.
It was actually an uncommon carp.
Yeah, I think it was Graham Phillips who was the guy at Andy Collins.
All right.
Is it something to do with a stone? Was there some sort? They found some sort of stone there.
Mystery of Doggerland.
Pardon?
That's his book, The Mystery of Doggerland.
Wasn't that Cannock Chase car park?
Bloody hell, it
There's
was,
no
wasn't
mystery
it?
about it.
Jeez.
It was like the bloody Three Musketeers, wasn't it?
It was very big.
One for all
It
and
was
all for
very.
one.
It was very busy there, wasn't it? It
It
was
was,
like
yeah.
it was constant.
Open season.
We had to
wasn't it?
shout at Mark to come with us.
There's
Come
definitely
on,
some
he's hanging
shape
behind
shifting
Mark,
going on.
was, yeah,
Was
wasn't
he?
he? Yeah, we're waiting for Mark. Peeped him. Come on. He was staying there.
Yeah,
And Vanio.
testing his new gear off
Yeah.
Amazon.
He had his curtains closed on his van the other day.
Yeah, there you go, see.
Sorry, Mark, we only pulled in your leg. Oh dear.
We have talked about the footage that he got on his
Yeah, it's pretty good.
on his
isn't it?
camera, and we have said we'll try and upload it. And
I
Well,
lost
onto
it. I put it on my computer and I'll leave.
I'd like to have a look when we get it.
yeah, we'll get it, and then we'll post just a short clip of it on the page, and then see if
lot of-
anybody's had
Well, a
anything
lot
similar.
of stuff, really. We should just be posting stuff that was selfish and we keep it to ourselves.
This was something else actually that the podcast I've just been talking about, that Dave Schrader was talking about. He said that, you know, a lot of people contact him and tell them things that they've experienced, and he kind of thinks, oh, that's a bit strange, that's an odd one, I've not heard of that one before. And then he talks about it on his podcast, or he puts it out there on one of his social media pages. And then he said, and it's like really surprising how many people say, I've experienced the same thing, or I've seen that, or I've done that, or that's happened to me. He said, so these one-off things that you think sound all out there, and you think nobody else, you know, nobody, you'd be surprised at how many people actually do experience the same thing. So if we put the footage out there, it, you know, people might say, well, we've seen that, or we've experienced that as well. Or somebody might turn around and tell us exactly what it is. You don't, you know, it's... So we'll try
I
and
nearly
get...
had one of them thingies this morning. Is it a doppelganger? Well, I don't
two
know
of
if it
you?
is a doppelganger or
A
not.
a doppelganger means somebody that's...
So, I was in the kitchen.
I was going to say, tell us what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't have any stories to tell.
It's only a little one.
No,
It's
go on,
probably
then.
Let me
called a
just tell you a
mirror.
little one.
Go on, then.
So, I was in the kitchen, sorting everything out for work. Let Vinny out the back. Well, I didn't let Vinny out the back. I left the door open and I thought Vinny was out the back. So I saw him, his rear end go round the,
patio.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the seats, the
Yeah.
what's it, garden furniture. I thought he was going to go round. And I thought, oh, I'll leave him there for a bit. And then we were ready to go, so I started shouting him, and I was shouting him, and he didn't come in. So then Layla shouted me from upstairs and said, why are you shouting Vinny? I said, I'm going, I need him to come in. She says, he's up here, leave him, he's fast asleep. He hasn't moved.
Was it the big cat?
Well, it was definitely. It was
a ghost
definitely
Vinny.
Vinny's bottom.
The ghost Vinny.
Okay, cool.
It was definitely Vinny's bottom because he got an extra lump.
Oh.
So yeah,
There you go.
very strange. It wasn't him,
But it was.
but it was.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't. Is that what you class as it? Doppelganger.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, well, a
It's very
doppelganger
strange,
is...
whatever it is, isn't
A
it?
doppelganger is meant to be like another one of, isn't it? So either you or the dog or
Yeah.
whatever. So,
That's weird, isn't it? We were only talking about that the other week, weren't we?
Yeah.
It happens.
It wasn't Vinny.
And it happened.
Well, it was. Or he didn't know because he'd not moved. He was upstairs.
See? Holding back, and that was a really good story, wasn't it?
Did you like that little?
Yeah, I like that little story.
did anybody else have a weird feedback in their ear then?
No.
Okay.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
What did it sound like? Oh, I had one then.
Like that.
Yeah. Oh, that one, yeah.
in my right ear.
It was like that.
So have you got any more stories?
No, that's just you opening a sweet. That's not feedback.
I've got loads of
Yeah.
stories, but I don't know whether they're true or not.
Well, that's the point. Nobody knows, do they? What's going on? Tell us one, Nick.
I can't. I told you one about the next door neighbour in my garden.
Yeah. In your grid?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not real. That wasn't paranormal though, was it? No.
What a normal, I tell you.
It was abnormal.
Stories. I don't know any.
Have you got any, Nick?
Not really. No, not really. There's a few things I want to look into, which we could look at it on a further show. Maybe people might think a conspiracy, but prime water. Have you heard about prime water?
Do you know something?
Prime water.
Yeah.
Not as in
The bottle stuff.
No,
Oh
no.
no.
Oh.
I was going to say, I had
No.
the first bottle of Prime. That was actually a
Was it
can.
good?
A couple of days ago.
Was it pre-4 quid one?
It was £2.
Oh yeah. it's
And was
gone
it
down.
nice?
It's probably crap.
It was the green one, lime and lemon, I think. It was alright, you know.
Was it just flavoured water,
I don't know what it is, really. I don't know.
or is it
It
like a
isn't
bit like
really
a Red
56.
Bull?
It
Is it
isn't,
like
no,
a
it's not like severe like a Red Bull.
no?
'Cause I don't like. There's only one reason for drinking Red
Is it an
Bull.
energy drink though, or is it just flavoured water?
I don't really know what it is.
I think it's just flavoured water.
Is it? Prime is.
I think
Because they
so.
sell it to kids, so it can't be an energy drink.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise
Right,
you'd have to
okay.
pay the fortune. of it.
Right.
I
So
might be wrong,
what's
don't I?
your prime water then,
Well, it
Nick?
isn't my prime water.
Well,
But I've only just seen it, and I thought it's quite interesting. And it's basically, so they're basically saying that the Earth makes as much water as you want. It comes out of the ground under pressure in the rocks from hydrogen and oxygen, which all water is made out of, and with the heat and the pressure of underground, makes it into pure water. And this thing I was watching, reckon they claim it's one of the reasons why they have a limit on how far you can dig down, not because you can hit oil, because you could hit this pure water system.
Well, don't we have like these natural spring waters that are
We do, but
clean and okay to drink?
yeah, we do, but that comes from just
Buxton, yeah.
normal water, which is kind of filtered. This is actually making the water from hydrogen and oxygen, so it's not a liquid. It's like a gas, two gases, oxygen and hydrogen, and the pressure in the ground brings it together and does some chemical reaction and turns it into pure water.
Turns it into Evian.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused because I honestly thought we already can have pure water out of the ground,
Yeah, but
and it wasn't.
But
a
it's already
secret.
but that's like water. What you put through a Brita filter into it. It's it's actually already water, and you dip it in the jug, and it goes through the little pebbly things which are in a Brita filter, which mimics the natural
You,
ground.
you know the water. You know the water that we have where we live in the
well?
The wells.
Yes.
Well, we used
That
to
comes
live.
out the fields up the
We
top
used to
there.
live directly opposite to one of the wells, and in summer we used to go across with a jug
Yeah.
and fill the jug up and just use that actual.
Did you
spring-
drink it?
Yeah.
The vicar does.
Different water.
Yeah, I used to drink it.
It is different
Okay.
because that water is being processed from water. It's going through the rocks, from the ground, coming up through the rocks, which the rocks are cleaning it.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Nick. Right, okay.
Whereas this prime water is
It's not going through rocks,
made
it's
from
gases
gas.
that's doing
two
it.
gases, the oxygen and the hydrogen, and the earth is putting them together and pushing them
Like,
up towards
is it
the
like the
surface.
geysers?
Well, it could be. I don't know.
Is this all
I haven't
around then, not just in a
Is this
certain
everywhere?
place?
Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah, I reckon if you dig down deep enough and put it, you can.
Who reckons
why
this, Nick? Where's
This-
it come from?
I haven't. That's why.
Is it
that's why I
somebody
say
that's
it's early
tapped
days.
into it
Yeah,
and-
I
it's
don't
early-
like
Yeah.
the idea of fracking because of things like that.
Yeah, well, I've that fracking. I've seen some videos of where they set the water on fire. Have you seen them?
No.
Because there's gas in the water, and what comes out you tap on and light your water. That's due to fracking. That is the gas. In
Do
your
you know,
water.
if
What are them hollow
anybody...
earth people going to think when they start fracking?
If anybody of a certain disposition listens to this, they're sitting there rocking, they don't drink water, they don't walk too far in case they fall off the earth. We'd have
It's a
them,
shapeshifter.
we'd have them like, you know,
Johnny
sitting
in
in
your back
corners
garden.
rocking, wouldn't we, if they
Yeah.
took too much notice of
Well,
us?
I've got. I don't know how your water is, but our water down in Fenton's pretty terrible. Up this way, I've just made you a cup of tea, and that was you get no film on top. At my house, you get film on the top of that water.
Well, funnily you should say this today. A guy came in work and said that he'd been in hospital having an operation because he got kidney stones. He collapsed and he got kidney stones. And he got taken into the Royal Stoke, and he said the nurses told him that out of all the hospitals that they work at, Stoke-on-Trent's the worst one for kidney stones because of the high calcium. Is it in the water?
Well, lime. There's a lot of lime, isn't there? Our kettle fires up, but I used to have a filter.
I'm not naming any nurses, by the way.
No.
I'm just saying what he was telling me
What's the
today.
name?
Don't
Tell me a name.
don't take me to court because I said it.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, so I filter my water at home, and I've got like a 14-stage filter, and it comes out pretty clean.
14 stage?
Yeah, it comes out dead clean.
Is that one of those with the wire things in? No.
That's
No,
tin tap
no,
on a drink
no.
inside him.
No.
Well, in
I'm
all
from Blaine,
fairness,
in
all fairness, we've got it going to the fridge,
Yeah.
and then so it's chilled, and the fridge does have a filter in it. So we probably we
See, we
filter.
brought one
I
of
just have to let the
Virgin,
tap run a bit.
and we brought one of them Virgin ones. Have you seen the Virgin ones? What comes out hot and cold? I think I spoke to you before. Did you have a cooker one that you?
We had a
could-
tap, yeah.
Yeah, but it's absolutely terrible. So don't buy the Virgin pure water thing. 'Cause it's not pure.
Oh, you've named them now.
I don't care. I'm
You'll have
waiting.
Richard after you.
I'm waiting for a refund, and I want them to take it out and give me a refund because
I didn't know they even did them. What is it like a tap?
Where did you buy that from?
From Virgin Pure. It's like a little. It looks like a kettle, but you put your cup under. You press the hot button if you want to make a cup of tea. Cold if you want a cold drink, which is great for instant hot water and cold water. But it's called Virgin Pure, and the water is not pure.
How do you know?
Because I've brought a device for measuring it.
Oh my God, Nick.
No, I used to do window cleaning, didn't I? And you've got these things where you measure water. It tells you how many parts per million in the water, because you can't wash a window with dirty water. Otherwise you get all spots over it.
I don't think my window cleaner minds.
I don't think anybody's window cleaner test the
do.
water,
Mine
do they?
doesn't use water.
If
Mine doesn't use
They
water.
What?
Well, Dad, what's it? Because I really like him.
No. See, this is the problem with. I don't want to go into window cleaner really, but
No. Yeah, don't know about the. Yeah, don't know about the. The old world's gone mad. I just change tap on. I do.
Yeah,
And
run it
drinking
for a
water.
bit till it
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
cold.
You
that's
wouldn't do if you knew what was in it.
I don't give a shit. I come from Blayton.
yeah, but
Hey, I've drank out the brook. Do you know what I mean? I used to
The,
swim in.
the brook's probably
The brook's
cleaner than what
cleaner.
you've got coming through
I
the
used
taps.
to swim in the canal when I was a kid.
you know rainwater is cleaner than tap water.
Yeah, well,
about 13 parts per million from rain. From my tap, it's like 260 parts per million.
I don't care about anything anymore. I just do what
Honest
I want.
though, Nick, you can go literally. You can go too far, can't you? Let's be honest.
You
You
can,
know, when you
but-
get to the point where you can't drink your tap water, you can't do this, you can't eat that, you can't go there. It's like,
Fluoride, though. Killing you, fluoride.
Oh, don't go on down that. Oh man, I've been reading about that.
Calcify your pineal gland, that is.
That's
fluoride.
to specially do that and to dumb you down. Used to
But-
use it in the war, you know.
Byproduct of aluminium is fluoride.
So you should never cook with aluminium pans, don't they? Because it causes dementia, or can cause dementia and that. Told me when my dad was poorly with that. The nurse told me that.
You know what else I've heard about dementia?
Oh, go on.
Interesting fun fact. Oh, it's not fun.
I was going to say it's not very fun, is it?
Not fun,
Nothing
no.
about dementia's fun.
No, but I watched a program, and again, I haven't got
Bless you.
I haven't got links because it was a long time ago, but it is interesting because I have asked people who said like the parents got dementia and whatever, and I've asked them, do they have false teeth? Because apparently, if you've got false teeth, you lose the shape in your mouth, and the roof of your mouth drops down. Your mouth bulges out. You've lost the structure of your mouth. The roof of your mouth drops down. There's something at the top of your mouth what links goes straight up to your brain,
Oh, right.
and it falls and it pulls on your brain. That's what can give you dementia. Apparently, I'm
So
not a medical
my dad
expert.
had.
So if you have false teeth, your brain will fall out.
No,
Your mouth will pull your brain out.
No,
Won't
you-
fall out. Pull it out.
no, but you're more prone. Oh, that's not my opinion. That is.
That's
What- what-
interesting, that is.
So just ask anyone who's got dementia. Let's see if they've got false teeth, and then there's could be a link there.
I tried to ask the dentist. Isaac was having another filling, and I tried to ask him about if he could have a white filling, and he didn't. He tried everything to not let him have a white filling. Oh, that takes too long. Oh, it'll take about 40 minutes. Oh, it'll do this.
It
Oh,
costs
it'll do
more,
that.
doesn't it? That's why.
Yeah, but the amalgam is not good either, is it? There's
No.
people having them all removed in the US of A.
Yeah.
White fillings.
No,
No.
your amalgam ones, your silver ones.
Oh, right.
Some ones. Of course, when you mix them with, when you brush your teeth with fluoride and the temperature, even drinking a hot drink can
Mercury.
release
It's
it.
still there though as well because everything's private. They don't get anyone to do there. That's why I think a lot of Americans have got.
We're all struggling tonight.
They look like hillbillies, don't they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you've got false, your brain could fall out.
So far this evening.
I've cheered you all up anyway.
So
haven't I?
yeah, so far this
Just what I
evening.
needed,
Don't
then,
drink
isn't it?
the
Nice,
tap
happy
water. Don't drink the tap water. Have your silver fillings removed immediately. And if you have got any false teeth, then you go and get dementia.
That's it.
So wherever.
Bollocks now.
So good. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Very
apart
very
from
cheery
that, apart from
this
that,
evening.
everything's okay.
No, but it's
And
late.
ghost chasing. Don't forget put that on as well.
The what?
People think you're nuts for that as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Chasing ghosts.
There we are. Actually,
There you go, you see. It's all nuts.
the world's gone mental.
Funny you should say that actually, because Vinny's had half of his teeth taken out, and now he just stands looking at the wall. Just stands looking at the wall. could have got dementia. Dogs can have dementia, can't they?
How would you know?
I just might like your wall.
He's seen it before.
No,
He's
that's
seen it before.
He's rather studying it now. Yeah.
Maybe he's not looking at the wall. Maybe there's somebody standing in front of your wall that he's looking
Ghost.
at.
A ghosty.
Mm.
Could be. It was just with you saying that about having his teeth taken out.
Yeah. It's just interesting.
Honest.
You next time you see have somebody with dementia, see if they got false teeth.
just next time you have somebody with dementia.
The problem is that with that though, doing it that way, I bet the vast majority of people are well over
Yeah, yeah.
a certain age would have false teeth.
Plus, if
wouldn't
you
they?
have false teeth, then it's not like you haven't got any teeth. Your teeth go back in, so
Yeah, but
why
they
does
sit on
it...
top of your gums, don't they? They don't. When you have
So
all
that
the
doesn't watch it like if you have them screwed in.
I wouldn't have thought it was implants.
Yeah, implants, yeah.
No. I've had an implant. But I've seen
Oh, wait a minute. What we on
but
about now?
I've seen problems of
You've been chip
people
and
saying
pin.
do not have implants, and that's another. That's
Oh
another
my
conspiracy.
God.
That's the AI, that is.
Why can't you have implants?
I can't remember. I'm not going into that.
I can't remember.
Anyway, anyone seen the UFO?
I saw...
Oh, God.
I
so you keeping it
saw...
Yeah.
I saw in the daytime, in the middle of the day,
Yeah.
something, I don't know if it was white or silver, but it was lighter than the sky. It was in the middle of the day and moved really quickly across the sky, and I can see a lot of sky from where I am. And it was like, to me, I mean, it was quite far away, but to me it looked sort of tennis ball sized in the sky.
Right.
It could have been bigger, but just far away. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, and I just stood there. I couldn't believe it. I watched it, and it was like really, really quick. Definitely wasn't an aeroplane. Absolutely, it moved quicker than an aeroplane
Shape
that
was
you would
it?
see, like a
Round,
ball. Yeah,
round.
yeah. And it went so really, really quick. Covered like a lot of distance in a short period of time, and then it just went out of view. And I just thought that was really strange. No noise, no trail behind it, nothing like that. And it was, like I say, in the middle of the day. It wasn't at night time, so that was odd. Yeah.
We saw that was in the day, didn't we?
Both of mine in the day.
But you really should come up one evening when it's
We ought
decent
to, yeah.
and bring your telescope up, Faye, and
will do.
We got a
you can
telescope,
see
haven't
Yeah.
you can see as much as you can at.
I brought a telescope as well.
You have?
Have you?
No way.
It's a newfangled one. It hasn't been released yet. It's
Have you made it?
no,
Nick?
no.
Well, how have you bought one if it's not been
It's
released?
on a Kickstarter.
Okay.
End of August. Should get it.
Mhm.
And it's a mobile phone one. It's like a box. You just fit your mobile phone in, and your mobile phone records all the.
I can put that mobile phone on mine.
I'll show you.
I don't know how to work it yet.
Looks
though.
really
Okay.
good.
Ooh. Is it night vision?
No, I don't think so. But you do use it at night, so.
You do?
You
What's
can
a
see in the
telescope?
dark.
How are you supposed to watch the stars if it's not night time?
Oh, right. That's what I said, didn't you? That's brilliant.
How's it going night vision?
I've had a bad week.
Oh, bless.
So, what is the stars though?
Well, there's something, isn't there? I just don't know what they are.
Well, what do they look like through a telescope? Stars. What did they just look the same but
Are they all
closer?
different
I didn't
colours?
look at the stars. I was looking at them bloody satellite things. Because I wanted to zoom in on them big bright ones. They are all multicoloured and like hexagonal shaped when you zoom in.
Like they're flickering through water.
Don't start me.
There you go.
Weird.
Yeah.
Do you still use it now? Or no?
No, put it away when we came Cannock.
Why?
I don't know because we didn't
Bring
use
it
it.
then? Did you bring it with you?
It was in the back of the car.
Oh,
Couldn't see
right.
anything though,
Alright.
could we?
It was
There was
pitch black
too much
Yeah.
cloud
Night
cover,
vision
wasn't
on
there?
it.
Taking the piss.
I think they're dead mean, Nick.
Yeah,
I do.
well, yeah.
Supposed to be your friends.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, bring it up yours, Marie.
Yeah, seriously, you should do. It's. I mean, obviously,
Before it goes colder, preferably.
I say you can see it. You know, you can see as much sky, but obviously you're not over a hot spot like we are at Cannock. But it's just.
You can see Wales from Marie's.
It's just as.
How can you see Wales from Marie's? It's too
You
far
can't.
away.
You can see anything from up there.
Too far away.
Because I'm down
It
here
isn't.
on the curve and Wales
She's
is
up
up
there.
here on the curve,
She's on
so
the
we just
curve.
look up at it. That's how we see it.
Beyond the curve.
Really easy.
Yeah, it's. definitely come up and on a clear night. Be great. I'll bring you a cup of coffee out.
Well, you're not
Why are you
joining
coming
us.
out? You stopping in the
No,
house?
I'll be in the house. No,
Oh,
come on.
okay.
You can imagine that,
Yeah,
can't
you
you?
can, yeah.
Should be
I'll sit
ringing
and
us.
look through the living room window,
So
won't
sit there and
you?
open the gates so we can come in, then shut the gates, then get back and watching the spooky stuff on the telly.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
Bloody hell.
Watch ghost hunting stuff on the TV. Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Right then.
I want to start foraging as well. I don't
Pardon?
know if you've seen the post. Foraging.
Oh, where have I seen that?
Me, probably. I've
Yeah.
I
For
know a few
mushrooms
I know a
and
few
things
places
and-
where
Well,
there's-
mushrooms is a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're like normal mushrooms.
I bought a book on foraging, funnily enough.
As in,
Let me
like,
tell you what
as
it
in,
is.
like berries and like for food. You
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. And like dandelions and all that.
Wild
Like dandelion
garlic
tea
and
and
all that.
nettle tea and
Peaches,
stuff. You
all
drink
that.
nettle tea as well, don't you? Nick? Yeah.
Do you?
Love nettle tea, yeah.
There you go. That's,
No, you'd be
Do you make it
surprised.
yourself?
No.
Oh,
I buy it in, but
that's what I bought.
it's
the
like
other day.
organic nettle tea.
but you don't make like
Yeah.
you don't go
No,
and
but I
pick
would
your
have
own
a- I would
nettles.
have a
and-
problem doing that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Some good
What do you do? Just boil it?
Mm.
Just boil nettles.
Boil it right down, yeah. I suppose there's a bit. You put a bit of stuff in as well, don't you? But you can anything.
Is it nice, Nick?
Yeah, I love nettle tea. To be honest with you, it tastes. It's out of all all your flavoured stuff. The nettle tea tastes more like normal tea than anything else.
Okay.
My dad used to make nettle wine.
And
it
what's
was beautiful.
the benefits of that?
It's just nice.
Is it a detox or is it a?
It's good for you.
Yeah.
I was having a bit of a bad time a few months ago because I've got arthritis and stuff, and I'll be honest with you, it was. Lisa went to what's the thing you call like the herbalist in Trentham Lakes, Trentham Gardens. You know the outlet thing.
Holland and Barrett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there. And as it happens, she went in and she was talking to this lady there, and she turned out to be a witch. This lady. Because she went in and said to him, listen, Nick's a pagan and he doesn't want anything, he wants natural stuff. She says, oh right. So she gave me this cream, which was, I think it was called Devil's Claw or something like that, which is a natural thing. And then she says, and get him drink nettle tea. And I started drinking and I love it.
Has it done anything?
I used to be bad. When I was bad with my leg, my knee, couldn't walk. And I've not had that in 2 years. I've not been.
Wow.
So, and I like it. Nettle tea, I love it.
There's something called Halo I've seen in this book I've got. It's a flower which is quite good for everything. You make a tea out of that as well.
Right, okay.
I didn't realise that. Like, I just thought if it was natural and it was herbal, then it couldn't hurt you. It wouldn't do anything. It was, but I was surprised at some of the stuff that you can't have when you've got other stuff going on
Yeah.
as well. You know, I remember when certain time of a lady's life and you go through a hormonal change, and I can't remember exactly where it was, but there was something recommended for that. But they don't recommend you taking it if you've got any kind of breast cancer in the family. Which and I went into Holland and Barrett and asked for that, and she asked me, and I said, actually, yes, I have, and she said, I can't, personally. Obviously, if I went and bought it off the internet, nothing would stop me, but she personally wouldn't sell it to me because of that history, and I thought, that was the first time. No, it was in Hanley. I
People
don't know if it's still there.
tend to take it serious, though, do they? They think it's a medicinal side of it, homeopathic stuff and things like that. They don't take it serious. They just think you're talking jargon.
I think there's a plant on the planet for cure everything.
Well, it says that in the Bible, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Well, that's what I'm interested in. I'm not
For every
really
ailment, there's a cure
particularly.
without a chemical.
I think probably the crap that we put in our bodies
Makes
probably
you ill.
caused most of what
Yeah.
we suffer with in the first place. To be fair, I'm not
Keeps you
saying
reliant
everything,
upon the
but
big pharma.
I'm not saying it's
Antiperspirants,
everything.
I used
But
to bang on about antiperspirants a lot because that's bad.
You've got aluminium in them, haven't they, that
Well, not
cause
just that,
breast cancer?
I think that's why men have increased in breast cancer because there has been a massive increase in men getting breast cancer. And it's because, well, this is what I think, is you put antiperspirant on under your arms and that's where the
The
toxin's supposed to
roll-on
come
ones
out.
were the worst.
Toxin's
Used to be,
supposed to come
weren't
out.
they?
So if your toxins are there and it can't get out,
Well, your glands are all
go
out.
into your breasts. It's got to come out.
So use deodorant rather than antiperspirant, because antiperspirant stops you from
Yeah,
sweating.
it blocks
Deodorant
it,
stops you
yeah.
from smelling. Let's be
Yeah,
fair.
But there's
So
not much of that about at the moment. If you look on the shelves, most of it is gone to
antiperspirant.
So I look because I won't use antiperspirant.
L'Oreal, some of mine.
Oh,
It'll be
L'Oreal.
antiperspirant. I bet you £1.
Do you know my husband doesn't use anything ever, and I have never, in all the years I've been with him, he has never ever smelt of sweat ever, and he doesn't use anything. He never has stinky feet. He just
Good job.
smells really nice all
Must
the
have a
time.
good job.
He's got a good wife. He's got a good life. That's what it
steady
is.
number, that's what it is.
He's got a good life.
Never
Good
cracked a
wife.
sweat, has he?
Good wife, good life.
He bloody has cracked a sweat many times. Let me
Hey,
tell
we
you.
won't go
I'm not
down that route,
surprised.
Marie.
Hey.
Oh, no, don't go down that
Deary me.
Always gets back to it, Marie.
Yeah, always ends up there. Right.
Right then.
So that's our paranormal podcast talking about sweating.
Yeah. And
How's
also,
that?
Actually, we've covered quite a lot of
Nothing,
topics.
nothing paranormal.
paranormal.
But we've covered quite
We
a bit.
touched on a little bit.
Yeah, tiny. Yours was probably the best story.
tune
Which
in
one?
next week.
About your dog twice.
See if he's
My doppelganger.
Yeah.
Doppelganger Vinny.
Yeah. It was his birthday as well. Oh, it was his birthday as well.
On
No,
that
was
day?
yesterday.
Oh.
That was this morning that happened. Yesterday was his birthday.
So next week, we're doing some investigating this weekend, aren't we?
We are.
We're taking some guests on an investigation, so hopefully that'll be a good evening and see if we can get some activity. So we might have something to report on that next time.
Yes, well, we'll be talking about it whether we ever know, won't we?
Well, yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And we've also got a subject that we're just going to try and do a bit more research and look a bit more into it before we talk about it, aren't we? We've seen something that's really piqued our interest, but we'll keep that one for another week.
We will.
And we'll have a discussion about that next time.
All the
Little
time
teaser
after.
for you there. Little teaser.
Little teaser. Watch this space.
Yeah, watch us. Keep your eyes peeled on the page. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Don't keep your eyes
don't,
peeled
'cause
on their
nothing will come
page.
of it.
And if there's a topic, also, if there's a topic that you want us to cover,
Tough.
what
Because we don't talk about anything.
we haven't read the emails
No, we
this
haven't.
week, so
No, we haven't.
we haven't
No,
for a
we
couple of
haven't.
weeks, to be fair.
Yeah.
So if there is a topic that you'd like us to touch on, what is it, Nick? I haven't got a clue. Say it every week.
Contact at ghostencounters.org.
There you go.
Or you can just message us on the Facebook page.
Apparently, we've got Instagram.
Yeah.
Have we?
Well, there's
Apparently.
a couple,
okay.
couple of
Okay.
places you can contact us on, isn't there? There's the Ghost Encounters Facebook page, there's Haunted Evidence page, and there's RavensandRunesUK page. There's quite a few pages.
No, we've got loads of them.
Yeah.
And if you've got any footage, any photos, anything that you think would be of interest and we can take a look at, or anything like that, send them
Yeah.
in.
That I would like to see some photos and that if you could send them in, then we can discuss them.
Yeah, so just for those that are a bit confused, all of those pages Nick's just mentioned, we're all the same group basically. So Ghost Encounters of the Third Kind is the podcast. We've got Haunted Evidence, which is our paranormal events page, and is it RavensandRunesUK? The page is Nick's page, and that's the building here, which is the Nook, and that's all the different classes and the different things that go on here, from meditation classes. We have a social evening here. Of course, we record the podcast here. I think you got some more stuff coming up that we can tell you about at a later date. So yeah, you can contact any of us on any of those pages. So
Has anybody
let
got
us know.
OnlyFans page if they want points.
Oh my God.
Oh, Nick.
A little bit old for that, Nick.
Such filth.
Nobody wants to pay for that, let me tell you.
Oh, go on.
No.
No.
You don't want to advertise yours,
No,
Nick? No.
I've got to do the Christmas calendar yet.
Oh dear.
Anyway.
I might
Yeah.
do one. I might do a Christmas calendar of all the people that come to the social nights.
I'm not holding the
My
Nessie.
God.
No, all the Nessie,
Sasquatch.
yeah.
I'll have my picture taken with William.
Yeah.
So, thanks for listening again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And obviously you've learned nothing throughout this
Yeah.
podcast.
No.
Yeah, if you've got through this one, really well done.
We hope it keeps you entertained whilst you're cleaning or
Yes, that's
something
it.
like that.
One day we will do something where we can learn somebody something.
Yeah.
One
Or we
day
might
we'll talk
not.
about something interesting.
Yeah,
I tell you what, right? One day, 1 week, when you tell us what the topic is,
Yeah,
so we can read up.
yes.
Maybe that week
Yeah.
we will be able to.
See,
Well,
we would do that if we were professional.
Yeah.
But
We are
but that's
professional.
what sets us out from the rest. We just don't do preparation, Faye,
No.
do we?
No.
That's the
And who
point.
books?
Yeah.
Forget you've done it.
God.
Right.
On that cheery
Yeah,
note.
we better go.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.